this. This should be a lot, basically. It's just, this is going to be a lot. We go here, do our 9 boost. We use this. 2 damage. I think it's worth killing Quarixis here. So, trigger this. Trigger this. Trigger this to kill that off. Do this. Go Rune Word. Casting Contest. Pact. Rune Word. Just take this, I guess. Casting Contest. We'll go here. We'll Pact +6 here. Trigger this. Play this again for another 9. And now he needs a ridiculous amount of points. So today we're going to be playing some mages. I'm going to try out Quarixis. So she has play the patience number of unique bronze spells from your graveyard and give them doomed, and she has patience now. She's very expensive, so you definitely want to be triggering her ability to play some spells. And we're going to try and make use of her and see what we can do. We're playing Inspired Zeal, and this is just to give our Alumni Zeal and a couple other cards in the deck. Crystal Skull, obviously, for our students. We definitely want those staying alive. We have Amphibious Assault. You could play Oneiromancy. The benefit of Oneiromancy is that it can give you your Chapter of Wizards and your Kira. So those are very important cards in the deck that you can't get off of Amphibious Assault. However, I think the Amphibious Assault boosting the unit is just so important to the students that we run this instead. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Then we have Chapter of Wizards, so spawns and plays Rune Word, and you have the order to spawn and play the last Bronze Allied Mage you played. Usually you want to say this round 3 and spawn Alumni. It's worth noting you can run Dwimveandra here. So obviously she's a mage, and you can reset your location order to get more of your cards. She did get nerfed, so it doesn't give Zeal anymore, which makes her worse on the Chapter of Wizards. And I just wasn't quite thinking she'd be worth it enough, but you can. There's a spot we'll talk about where you can swap her out. Then we have the Quarixis. So we obviously want to protect her, so we are running a Donmir of Troy for that, ideally. And then we also have several bronze spells we can get. Then we're playing Gerhardt. So Gerhardt is the card you can swap here. Gerhardt and Rafard's Vengeance are flex spots, right? You don't have to play Gerhardt, you don't have to play Rafard's Vengeance. The idea with Gerhardt, though, is that he creates and plays a 4 provision cost spell. If we look at the spells that are 4 provisions, we can create Pact, we can create Pact and Teleportation, and this gives us another card for our Quarixis. And if he lives a turn, you can create something like Alzur's Thunder, or even Will o' the Wisp, although that's pretty much only good against the, what's it called? Patricidal Fury, because you can kill off the Arnulf Patricide with it. So, I'm going to run Gerhardt to get an extra spell, hopefully, for Quarixis. You can cut him for Heatwave. If you're playing Heatwave, you might consider adding in Oneiromancy instead of Amphibious Assault, although I still like the Amphibious Assault boosting. But it's possible to run the Heatwave. You can also play instead of Rafard's Vengeance, but we'll get to that in a minute. First, we have Shani. She brings back a Bronze Human unit. Well, the students are Bronze Human units, and so is Alumni, so they're really good to bring back. Then we have Rafard's Vengeance. This is one of the cards we want to play our Inspired Zeal on, in addition to potentially the students, if we don't have enough for Zeal on Alumni, or if we have a student round 3, or we bring one of these back with Shani. Usually what you do is bring one back with Shani, then you Zeal its order so it doesn't get killed. Then you have one flexible Inspired Zeal left over. But Rafard's Vengeance you can swap out. I think it's nice to help set things up, and it's nice to help thin our deck, because we don't have that many thinning cards. This will always thin us 1, right? We have this, and we have Amphibious Assault, but we're not playing like an Arcane Tome. We're not playing Oneiromancy as well. No Roach, no Knickers, so it might be hard to get all of our units. So we're going to go with the Vengeance, I think, to help out with that, and also help carry our long round 1, because it takes a while for us to build up points, and Rafard's Vengeance, just throwing out more and more bronze units, really helps with that. Then we have the Donmir of Troy to protect our Kira. We have Leticia. So ideally we open Leticia with Crystal Skull. That's obviously the best thing we want to do. If not, we'll see what we can do with her, but she's pretty useful. If you can get her to trigger on both of your students, it's really amazing. Then we're playing, like I said, double Rune Word. You can cut Rune Word if you want to. I just wanted to actually try it out, go along with what we're doing here. So we're playing Kira. She plays unique spells, right, though? So you play 2 Rune Words, you're only getting 1 back from her. Keep that in mind. But this is here to help get more students or cards that we just want to be protected. Since a lot of people are playing Control. Then we have the Alumni. Everyone knows how Alumni work, right? If you have... the melee gets the highest order of your Vanguard student, and the range is the highest order value of R2's students. And if they're both 4, you gain Zeal. Obviously, you want that Zeal. So the opponent might just try and kill off one of the students. Like, they might try and kill all your Vanguard students. So you won't get Zeal on the Alumni. Then you want to use your Inspired Zeal on it if you can. But usually you can play around that. With the 2 casting contests, these reset your orders unless your patients keep ticking. So say you're falling really far behind tempo, and this is like 5 damage on it. You can use this, reset with casting contest, and it'll keep getting bigger, or reset it and then do it again, since it does give Zeal. Then at 5 regions, playing an R2's Adept. This is the card you can swap for Dwayne Veandra pretty easily, if you want to. It's both 5 provisions. I just like the Adept, because if your patience is ticking, she's getting a lot of value. Might be worth swapping her for something else, but I wanted to try her out, since her ceiling is very high. You have a couple random 4 version cards. You have Vial of Forbidden Knowledge. It's just good value. It's potentially a thinning card, and it's something you can set up to protect a student, which is really handy because we want those students to live. If you don't have any other way to keep them alive, like you don't have an Amphibious Assault or something, you can just play this first, and then play a student and put the boost on it. It'll go up to a 9 with the Vitality, so it's pretty hard to kill. Then we're playing the 1 Winch. Again, it keeps our guys alive. It boosts them up if they're already on the board. Like, say you play a Kira, she gets hit by Frost or something, you can play Winch on her, keep her alive, but more ideally you play on Far's Vengeance or Shandy, get that cooldown reduction. The 2 Practice Makes Perfects, which can get better than before. It's worth noting we don't have Eastred. He is, I think, the last Patience card we're not running. But you can play Eastred if you want to. It's decent value, like you can put him in over a Rune Word pretty easily. But unlike the hand buff decks, unlike the Military decks, we don't have too much value from him other than his intrinsic value of finding the cards you want. Maybe that's worth running. It's definitely worth consideration, but I opted not to for this one. Then we have the Scout. So we want a move of our own cards, right? Let's look at the movement cards. We want to move our own cards, basically, because if they can just move the students to the other row and they stop getting their patience values. So we want to have at least 1 card to move our own guys. The choices for that are, without damaging your own guards, are like Siege Ladder and Scout, right? Siege Ladder you can get off of Amphibious Assault, which is nice, and it has the crew effect. However, we don't have soldiers, so we're never triggering the crew effect, so it's just the fact we can get it off of Amphibious Assault. And then we have Scout, which can move the enemy units as well. I think we'll take the Scout just because the moving the enemy unit might be valuable, although being able to get the Siege Ladder off of Amphibious Assault is a key point as well. So there is a trade-off here. I think we'll take this for now, but it might be better to take Ladder so we can get off Amphibious Assault. Then we're running 1 Peller just to purify. It's probably going to be used on Leticia or on Kira. We have a lot of things that's worth Pellering. With the 2 students. So that's the deck. Pretty straightforward, just playing mages, want to get that patience value way up there. Should do well against decks that are just point slamming, like Relics, like, what's it called, Spring Equinox stuff. If those decks without a lot of control, we can get kind of crazy values off the students, and that's the idea here. And let's go see how it works out. Precision Strike, this is probably a bomb, so this is going to be a very poor matchup. Because everything we play is going to get killed. We really need Amphibious Assault, and we also really wanted to go first. Well, not much to do about it. Let's see, these are all not bad. I'm going to save that. Save you for later. I want to go with Leticia. I'm debating if we just open with Vial first to make it harder to kill her. If we just play her, gets double pinged and probably off-ringed. Which is obviously not ideal. Oh, there's Vanadane. Hopefully no Cargos will be involved in this deck. Because we cannot remove Vanadane. Do Rafar's Vengeance, but I want to go Leticia first. With Rafar's Vengeance, we only have one unit to play, our R2 as a student. That's interesting that he went like that.
With dignity. Gestures smooth yet restrained.
He leaves his lock already. He probably has CRN then. Spores all the leaders? No, just spores. Well, that's fine. Let's go with our Rafar's Vengeance.
It hasn't backfired yet.
We would really like this student to live. I'd like to hold Leticia's order at least one turn, though. Alright, we're gonna lead her now, right? No leadering. Well, there's no reason to be greedier. We have a very good setup right now. Let's get our Banard student. And then we'll just click the Leticia. It gets us the Zeal amount, except on the Banard student. And he's a 9, so he should live. There's the offering. I don't know why I didn't do that earlier. No idea why. Let's go with the Rune Word. Let's take the Adept. That'll be quite valuable.
As you wish.
Could kill Rafar's Vengeance. We can also boost it like this. Well, the thing is, I guess we have an alumni. Let's do this. And go with a casting contest. Let them keep getting bigger. We definitely want to do a long round 2 and get rid of the Sim Loss. Because the Sim Loss is really good against our setup, right? Although we do have Zeal on the alumni now. And they're going to be pretty good value. So the longer this goes on, kind of the better at this rate. First with Corruption. She got to what, a 6? Yeah, 6. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. Still behind though. Still... Do we care if he goes down 2 cards? He has to go down 2 cards because we get a point here. Is it more important to have round control? It might be. I think it might just be more important to have round control. Let's just put that here. Would fire 2 damage here. Next turn we have to go Alumni off of Vengeance. Can't believe we played that melee. Timer's starting to tick down. Trying to think what we want to do. We have what, 2 spells now? No, we have all 3 for all 3 in our starting deck for Kira. We get packed off of Gerhardt probably. That'd be 4. Well, it's gonna be really hard to actually get her order off in this matchup. It doesn't matter. Kind of figured he would pass. Like, him going down 2 cards is obviously really good for us, but winning on even, where they're playing a Sim Loss deck, it's also quite nice. I don't think he has another lock. What do we want to go with? It's probably Chapter of Wizards.
Magic must remain in worthy hands. Our hands.
We do have Zeal on Alumni. Let's go with the boost. He has his Ping and a Leader and a Waylay, so we can get rid of this. We won't be able to get his things out of his deck that way. The Brocklon Sentinels. I'm gonna squirrel our Bernard student. That doesn't change the alumni though. Still has 5 damage. play this alumni.
To die by your side, a pleasure, privilege, and honor.
We are going to Zeal, the one that comes off of this because it spawns. Could have gone for all boost on the alumni. Okay, that's fine. I could have gone for all boost on the alumni, but I wanted to have at least damage. And then I was thinking we could go Kira casting contest. Pull this out, go Kira. This Kira, we can still do that. She'll get what, two guys? 2 spells. Is that worth going for? I think we'll do it. We'll spawn this, now we shouldn't have to Zeal it either. He played his Heat Wave. Let's play Kira.
And now something special.
He has not shuffled with the Alyssa yet, so Simloss is very, very weak. And that's just going to be a GG. There's no answer. Just doesn't have the Simloss set up.
How can I help?
So, Onslaught, Pirates, they have a lot of damage. Could be annoying. Could be annoying. Don't think they have movement, though. I don't think they usually play Hammond, is it? Who's the movement card? They also don't usually have a lock. So we've got 2 of you. This got the other one. Practice. I like Rafard's Vengeance. I think I'll put this back. Let's go Leticia with Crystal Skull. Ideal opening. If he gets her really low, we can put Domir in. If he just opens with like double Onslaught and kills her, we can just go from there with something else because he'll lose a lot of his reach.
Seen it all already, and then some.
Let's get our Bannard student.
Did you see that? Anything alive would be dead now. Killer spell.
There's Melusine. We could try for an R2 as a student because we have a second one. We'll probably kill this one if we do this. Let's do that. Hopefully it takes a little bit of attention away from the higher power cards. Could just leader this at this point, which I think he will do. Yep, there she goes. Good value he's getting here. So we'll wait. We could do a student here. I think it would be the safe play. Let's not be too greedy here. Gets our alumni set up. 6 and 4. We could bring back the R2's a student with Shani if you wanted to. I don't really want to. Might not be the worst idea, though. Also, Chapter of Wizards and go for an Adept or something. This is really a card we want for round 2 and 3, though. We have Amphibious Assault, though, right? So we can go for a round 2 with Alumni's. I really want to force out the Sigvald and such. Yeah, let's go with Chapter. Might as well make another one of these, right?
How did I fare, Mistress Letitia? Well this time, yes?
It's really unfortunate we don't have a casting contest. We could have killed Melusine a while ago. guess we could have been greedier with Leticia as well, but we lost our second suit right away, so we wouldn't have gotten the Zeal. Just the heal. This is a full setup he's doing here. Really good engine value. This would make another one of these, which is not amazing. We can always practice makes perfect, though, and I think that will be the play. Alumni, you have 7 damage. So yeah, we can kill Melusine. That seems good.
Your side. A pleasure, a privilege, an honor.
And he could pass here. I'll go up 2. So I guess we would have to spawn one of these. Seal it. Get the 4 boost. This guy really wants to play this round, doesn't he? We could play Kira, although I don't really want to. We could bring back this to boost our future alumni with Shani. I like that idea more. You're the one with the boosts. I think that they're safe because you played the Terror of the Seas there. We're up to 6 on that now. It's pretty nice. I think we want to go for the Donmir Kira, right? We have Rune Mage plus Practice. If we draw a casting contest, that'd be really nice. This could be useful. We only have 1 bronze, though, so we'll put that back. Now we have 2. Alright, we got the alumni. So the only thing we're really missing is casting contest and Gerhardt. Will mean if we go for Kira, we get Rune Mage and Practice makes perfect, and that's it. That's not too bad, though. Let's go Donmir. Well, if we Refard's Vengeance this turn, we could potentially use it twice. So I think that is worth considering.
I'll give them 2 days before they cower and retreat.
We drew Gerhardt. Alright, now we're looking good. We go Donmir, Kira, and then play the other cards. Hopefully we can keep these guys alive. I doubt he's playing an Igni. Alright, he can't kill our cards, so we win. Or he just didn't draw a good hand. Harmony, this is probably the Quarixis. I forgot how to pronounce his name. The one with the relics in it. So we can't kill Dana, which will be a probably big problem. And he's going first, so that's also not great. We would like Peller because we know he has poisons. We don't have a Peller though, so that's awkward. With that back, because going tall won't really help us if he's playing a lot of poisons. There's the Peller. That's good. That's definitely what we want to see. I'd be very surprised if we don't see Dana right now. Although if we get E4Axed, at least we get Donmir of Troy, which would be really good for us. Because then we could put our Fard's Vengeance behind it and just go to town. Although we do only have 2 bronze units. No E-Warquax? That's fine. That's fine. Refard's Vengeance or Leticia first? That is the question. I think Leticia. We could always open with the Peller. Yeah, let's go Leticia.
No one is born a mage. The vast majority lack even the potential.
Hopefully he doesn't poison it right away. He probably will, though. Although you don't always want to play the poisons, because usually you want to get the Dryad Matron out of your deck with Saskia. If you play the Ranger, you can't. So we'll see if he considers that or not. If he has the poisons, he'd probably go for it, though. Or a removal card in his deck he'd probably draw into. Like the Weeping Willow or something. He has a lock. We could Peller, but I think it's worth doing Vengeance first.
It's not about why, it's about why not.
The reason is it just gives us another setup. So we want to get this student going.
Pass and forget.
We could have played the Peller off of this, but I wanted student ticking. Let's play the Peller now.
Living souls in your wake should ne'er dare forget your sake.
It means we can't refire his vengeance again, but he should be pretty scared of it. I guess we probably should have gone Peller, Purify, so we knew we'd have another bronze unit to play with Vengeance. I kind of expected Vengeance to die or us to pass before that became relevant.
My name? I don't recall.
We're going second, so we can be as greedy as we want with Leticia. Which is nice to have as an option. Also nice we have not been poisoned yet. We definitely want to get the other student out.
You've met your match, puppet.
If he passes, we definitely take the Leticia click, as opposed to winning uneven. Ready for an R2 adapt. We don't have one. Can we get the bonded on that? We might be able to. Let's just pick it just in case, and we'll fire off the Vengeance. We're fine with playing one more card here. This is up to 5. That's just so much value. I think we're gonna go for a round 2 play this game. So let's go with the chapter. And this is gonna be bigger than this, right? So we wanna do the boosts, I think. Although the damage orders from the damage might just be more valuable in the matchup. Yeah, it probably is. Let's see. Vitality, boost to mage. Let's go with the boost.
Remember what I taught you.
Do we want to go? I'm like 90% sure he passes next turn. Let's click the Leticia because I think he's going to pass. Then we might have to go value casting contest to get out of the round.
I don't remember. I don't care.
All right, let's do some math. He gets 4 or 2 here. He gets 2 here, and that's it. So he goes to 60. We have 9 here plus contest. So 9, 18, 23 if we do casting contest on this. That's pretty good. Then we have damage here, which we could use to remove something of his, like this or this. Let's do this. Go 9. Remove this. Do casting contest on this. Trigger this is vitality. Do another big boost here. Could have gone for the bonded on chapter wizards, but I really wanted to hold it. So he's got Dryad, Beast, Elf, Dwarf, Witcher. So he might have Abandoned Girl in the deck. But otherwise, he won't get anything out of his deck with Saskia. I think he has all the categories you'd normally run out. Except maybe the one Abandoned Girl. Is what, 1, 2, 3, 4 harmonies? It's 3 points from this replay.
1 arrow. That is all I need.
Could let him win here, or could play our Gerhardt. I want to play Gerhardt, I think.
Get to clean up ahead of class.
We'll just play a Pact. We can go with Practice Makes Perfect. Things that gets us a lot less points. Unless we shuffle this and get... Yeah, this, I think we just take the Pact. And then we'll put it on Leticia, I suppose. The reason why I like taking Pact... Oh, we're supposed to put that next to Brevard's Vengeance. I keep forgetting that's there. We pick Pact because it goes to another special for Kira. I always forget Brevard's Vengeance. Like, quite a bit. There should have been 2 more damage. I'm annoyed at that. Don't forget about Rafar's Vengeance. It doesn't matter. But we should have gotten 2 more damage there. And yeah, I thought he had all the categories out. So now ideally we get Defender and we play Kira and kind of just run all over him with that. Can get our Defender off of Amphibious Assault too. You can also winch the Shanny. I think we'll put this back though. Alright. I think we... Do we go for it? We played most of our good cards. I think we just Amphibious Assault out. Donmir. And then play Kira and hope that's good enough. He should have trouble killing her if he's able to kill Donmir. Actually, probably just double poisons Donmir. Oh no, he's Heat Wave. Well, that's annoying. It's very annoying. I think we just go for Kira anyway. He might, if he poisons her, we might just have to play her with 1 spell. But he's already played 1 lock, so I don't think he's a second one. We have Alumni with a boost 9. That's really big. That makes us super vulnerable to poison because you can go for the tree guy, Forest Protector, not Forest Protector, the other one, Weeping Willow. Then off of this, get Dryad Ranger and double poison, which makes it really risky. Because of that, we're just gonna play a Banard student right now.
Anything alive would be dead now. Killer spell.
So I don't think there's another way to deal with Kira outside of the double poison. Alright, we get 2 unique bronzes now. That gives us 2. I would like 3. Should we be greedy? What do we bring back? Probably bring back student. We can. This has Zeal. We can use this to get Zeal on last say with this. This should be just pretty insane. So let's go with Shanny. Let's bring back this. Let's just trigger this. Boost our Banard student by 9. And next turn we'll hit him with the Alumni, double Alumni, and then Kira and just blow him out, hopefully. There's Quarixis. Quarixis. Trying to pronounce this thing. Alright, let's see how much value we get here. Or how much value he gets. This is gonna be a pretty crazy finisher for both of us. Alright, there's the 1 damage. Comes the leader. And now we go a little crazy. Now we go crazy. So, we're down by 24. This thing's really big. Let's go Alumni. This is what, 9? This comes off of here, does 9, because we get 2 boosts. This should be a lot, basically. It's just, this is going to be a lot. We go here, do our 9 boost. We use this. 2 damage. I think it's worth killing Quarixis here. So, trigger this. Trigger this. Trigger this to kill that off. Do this. Go Rune Word. Casting Contest. Pact. Rune Word. Just take this, I guess. Casting Contest. We'll go here. We'll Pact +6 here. Trigger this. Play this again for another 9. And now he needs a ridiculous amount of points. Yep. GG. What an insane finisher. Kira showing her power. Alright, if this is bombs, we're in so much trouble. If it's in Renfrey, there's a lot of locks, which is also bad. So hopefully it's just neither of those. The Ardfen Light Cavalry is kind of our issue here. So once there's two, we can't keep a student alive. A scout becomes pretty handy then, so we can move it, although we can move it back. I do want the Purify. That will help. I'll put this back, I'll just move the things. Let's go with Vengeance here.
2 days before they cower and retreat.
And let's play our student.
I need sleep.
I think we put this on the student.
So soon.
Vengeance is pretty big, and if he has a light cavalry, he'll hit the student. Comes the locks. Nope, bombs. So this is going to be really hard. Hopefully plays a Moondust, and then he doesn't have one for Dawnmere or something silly like that. That Moondust. Okay, so that's what we do then. Play Dawnmere and hope he doesn't have a second Moondust for it. Could have, like, normally we'd save this for Kira, but we need the students. If we don't, the alumni are better than she is, really. There's the second one. I don't see a way we can keep a melee student alive, though. Unless we rune word it. Maybe it can be alive now. Because I'm guessing he doesn't have a second Moondust since we didn't get it hit on Dawnmere. Maybe. And if this lives like a turn, we can start boosting it. Okay, no Moondust, that's good. Down to 1 on the student. I think we go for Gerhardt and Pact.
Get to clean up ahead of class.
Could kill this. If we don't kill this, this is gonna die. We can reset it with casting contest if he does hit it with damage, or if he doesn't, either way. But if we don't ping that, a bomb and then the Madoc damage will kill us. Villain Trenton Morth is very scary because we have 2 guys at 7 right now. Don't have a way to get rid of him. Ideally we'd boost one of these by like 1 point. We could do that with the student, then we want to reset it. Let's just boost this one. Go for a casting contest on you. We can play another student with the Vengeance next turn.
with a fire spell.
He has no melee damage from these guys, but if we boost this to a 9, we then get hit by Villain Tret and Merith. So I think instead we'll just put this here. We're gonna lose 9 points here. So banish our defender. Always gonna banish that guy instead. That's fine too. We lose Gerhardt. We're down by 20, which is a lot, obviously. He's up to boost 6. I think we boost here. Well, we could also stop playing and lose all of our advantages. Let's boost here. And then what do we want to play? We'll play Kira. I think we have to.
I don't like men who turn me down.
I think we have to. We should be fine, right? We take 3 damage, then we get +1 from the Adept. And then we have casting. We have several spells, like 3. We're gonna need to Zeal all of our alumni, unfortunately. Because we can't keep a student alive against a bomb deck, that's for sure. As you're now seeing, and as I'm sure none of you are surprised by. Interesting. We have a Purify. Have a Purify. Could go Kira. Play the Peller. Or we could play the Student. We're gonna go down 2 cards if we don't play the Order of Kira here. I think we don't have a choice. If we do use the Kira Order here, and he plays another card, we're gonna be in too much trouble. Alright, so he did do that. Let's go here with Practice on who's got the good order. You've got 6. Let's do Practice on you.
How did I fare, Mistress Letitia?
Same one back.
Well this time, yes?
Doesn't really matter what we pick here. If we actually cared, we could have put those all by Rifard's Vengeance and like done our order first, but we didn't need it. So as far as alumni goes, we need to do melee. We need to ban our student to live. Still very unlikely. This could help. That 3-power guy in here, we purified him, right? Nice, we can shanty him back and at least have the alumni set up. That is definitely worth it.
I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe.
Get the alumni set up.
Kaboom! Shit, how'd that go?
He's gonna bomb us here. Here it comes.
3 buckets of nails and a tub full of pegs.
Let's go... I think a shorter round benefits us more than him. Normally I'd say it's the other way around. The more turns he has with sappers out, and just throwing bombs at us with Madoc just getting value, the worse I think it is for us. Squirrel. It's a good thing we haven't played this yet. Losing that would have been very bad. Since he's squirreled, I think we're very safe in playing this for value. We haven't used it yet this game. I think it's a very safe value play. To try and mitigate our card advantage. Giving up here. I think we'll go for one of these guys.
But we shall prevail.
Here's a tall removal, so be it. But ideally we can get make up a card disadvantage here. Because these Madoc's fires gonna be on the same row.
Don't you worry yourself, your grace. We'll get a
He didn't use them dock orders. That's nice. He's not the leader then if he wants to stay ahead 2 cards. And we'll take this. Made our card disadvantage back up pretty easily there. He should have been fine, but he didn't trigger the Madocs. Well, he would have been fine if he moved and then moved one of the Madocs, then used them, but he didn't. So, I think we're happy there. Have Amphibious Assault, we just want Chapter of Wizards then. TC is not the best card right here. Better in some of these though. There's a Chapter of Wizards. Like the only thing Leticia is actually better than is like the students. And then these. I'd rather have these. Get our alumni off of this. Get a second one. Zeal that second one. Practice it back. Hopefully get... We'll get something different, but we'll have casting contest at least. And we've got a nice boost on these, right? 8 boost is pretty decent. So we definitely want to spawn at range. Alumni is nice. He has no moon dusts left, so I'm pretty sure we can sit this here. Right, he played 2 moon dusts already. He might have a lock, but with bombs, you usually don't see it. Usually just have moon dust and damage cards. So it should be pretty safe to sit here. It's an Ocfist. It's fine. So we want to play our other alumni here. There you are.
To die by your side, a pleasure, a privilege, an honor.
I'll just trigger all these boosts. We have a really big point advantage now. Just alumni things, right? There's the heat wave. Now he uses it. We could go for practice makes perfect on one of these and hope it gets itself again, but we have these 2 students which might come out instead. So that'd be a negative play. I guess we should do it anyway though, because at least gives us a couple boost points.
You've met your match, puppet.
Hopefully this guy lives. He's already heat wave though, so I don't think he has any more tall removal. Should be fine. So just casting contest the alumni again. There's his carryover. We're going to take 2 damage from Ocfist, which isn't much. Isn't much. So this does 1. It's a pretty big boost there. So I have to say Synthesis Blaze to win the game, unfortunately, but we tried our best against a deck we really don't have a chance against normally.
Hand it to you. Good work.
Alright, that's better than Blaze anyway. We really don't have a chance against this most of the time. We tried our best. Too much control. Symbiosis. This should be a pretty good matchup. They have Nature's Rebuke to kill our guys, but that's about it. Although in the non-devotion ones, which you see a lot of times nowadays, they sometimes do play a Heat Wave. Sometimes have a Heat Wave. Let's put those back. We don't have a reason to keep Winch here. Well, time to see if there's a Heat Wave coming in.
Mother Earth.
I'm a Dryad.
From you it came, to you it returns.
Let's play the Vial. We can keep our student alive instead of getting our Nature's Rebuked. I think our play here is just to be greedy with Leticia. I think that's the play.
You've met your match, puppet.
Then we'll go here. This should be a 6 and out of Rebuke range, hopefully. He's gonna win round 1, I'm pretty sure. So we need to greed our Leticia to be able to keep up with Spring Equinox.
As you wish.
Especially if it's like the Quad Equinox deck. So this looks like the Quad Equinox deck. I don't think there's anything for it other than to just be greedy.
Folks say we live like princesses. If only they knew.
We're fine going down to 4. Because it means we get to click Leticia for 6 patiences. We can get 24 points here, 22, something like that from Equinox. When he plays it. I don't know what else he'd be doing here. The Rebuke. I think we have to click our Leticia here. It's not very big still. Well, not as big as we'd like. But I think we have to click it. I think we need to do this. I think we need to play Gerhardt.
Get to clean up ahead of class.
Then get a Pact. And boost this one up. He gets Vitalities. We have 1 Vitality. Gets 3 points. We get 1, 2. Should be okay. He still has his Equinox play, which should get him a win on even. If he doesn't, we'll at least kill the Elven Seer this turn, but this should be the Spring Equinox. Yep, there's 11-point Equinox. Plus another 11. That's all that, so he's going to win the round. He's going to Alyssa. We'll just pass here. I guess our students still aren't going to be big enough to win this game. I thought this would be a good matchup, but apparently not. Maybe we need more adepts. Like an adept or something. There's Kira. We'll get Alumni out of our deck with Amphibious Assault. Put this back, I guess. Time for the Alyssa. Let's go. Maybe we do need to run Xavier in our decks just to stop this. I thought we could keep up here, but I guess with Aquen and all the engines, we can't. Let's wait for the Alyssa to come down. I think we're pretty happy if he just passes, but I don't imagine he would.
No mercy!
It's gonna go like that. That's fine. Do we want to play Alumni here? Not particularly. Let's play a student. We're gonna need them to tick their engines a little bit this round. Probably need to go Amphibious Assault into our Alumni, then hope Kira sticks. Maybe the threat of Kira might get him out of the round that we are. Oh, there's a second Pawn Keeper. Second Pawn Keeper is a big deal. Because now this can't die to a Nature's Rebuke or one of these things. If he just passes here, that's probably the best we can really hope for. I guess the best we hope for is he hits us with a Rebuke, and then we go Amphibious Assault into Alumni and boost it. Interesting. This has carryover value.
Sorcery is a sword with no hilt.
Let's pick this one here.
Yes.
Having damage reach is really good. If he does have Alyssa for round 3, like, we're going to lose this, I think. If we use this order. We need the second Alumni. So what are we at on you? 2, and we have 1, 2. We could get a third by playing Practice, which is really good here because this is already damaged. So we'll use this first. You and you can kill that. We'll put you back. Get an Alumni. Chaz Zeal.
Why do they not fall?
Give him another turn here. This is the turn where he's most likely to pass, and we're most upset if he does pass. But we can't really give up Kira if he has Alyssa Simloss in his hand. If he has Alyssa Simloss in his hand and we Kira now, I don't think we have enough value. Maybe we should have, though. Maybe we should have. Guess we'll find out. Alright, we're feeling pretty good then. We also have second Elven Seer play, which means it's worth keeping this Kira. It's worth keeping her. We have 1, 2, 3. If we go casting contest, we'd have a 4th. Okay, we're feeling pretty okay here, unless he plays Alyssa. You don't see Alyssa in all these decks, though. It's the big play. Right, we're down by 30, basically. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells. Kira gets us 4 spells. I think that's what we do. So let's go Rune Word. Alumni is clearly the best one. Melee gives us more value here, since his guys are actually big enough now.
But we shall prevail.
I'll get rid of that. Go here. Let's go casting contest. Rune word. Pact. Practice. Casting contest this. Rune word you. Pact you. Practice, I guess. You. Play this. Play this. Zap you. Definitely have to make sure I use this one. Up by 12. We lost some points on our alumni shuffling him back, but drawing him next round would be good. Kira really pulled that one out there, didn't she? I don't know how much. We were down by like 30 points and we come out ahead. A lot of clicking. And we're just going to have to kind of go with hopefully no Alyssa Sim loss as is round 3. Do we have an alumni in our graveyard? I don't think we do. Oh, we do. It's got 10 melee damage. What else do we have for practice? We have a band art student. Alumni. We need to draw an alumni here. Oh, that's the worst card we could have gotten. I think we have to play him now.
Wager I can cast from with me foot.
Really hope there's no Alyssa Sim loss. Gonna kill it. Go Donmir. We need a unit out to hit with the boosts or damage from our alumni. And the boost should be better because he doesn't have a big value here. Okay, if this is Alyssa Sim loss at this point, I still think we have enough points to win the game. Let's go with Amphibious Assault. On alumni.
We have each other's
Get another
backs.
one.
That's more than most.
Boost this one. May as well Zeal this one. Boost this one. Yeah, we got 30. We still beat Alyssa Simloss here. If that's what he has. And it's not. He has one non-nature. If he's playing 12 specials.
I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when I prescribe something.
We should be careful on the off chance that it is an Igni. Other than that, we're going to be fine here. And that's our 55 points, 57 points. Should be good. Greeting the Leticio is definitely the play, round 1. There's the Sim loss for 1 Equinox. Even if it was 2 Equinoxes, we're still fine. Actually, even 3 Equinoxes we're still fine with, which is pretty funny. It'd be a draw. So you get the little guys there, but obviously didn't have any of that set up. So that's the deck. Kira is incredible if the opponent doesn't kill her. I think you saw her value in these games. Like, she pulled out some of the most ridiculous turns I've seen since Tisea and Meditating Mages got nerfed for the Mage deck. So, like, for Mage deck, she gives you some insane plays. And I really like Gerhardt's giving us an extra spell. As far as the rest of the deck, I think a Heat Wave would be useful. Although I still don't know if I'd play Oneiromancy. I really like the Amphibious Assault. We didn't need the Scout, so I guess you could swap him if you wanted to. Probably worth having Xavier just so you can deal with the cards if you want to. Xavier is so good against Beasts, and he's so good against the Quad Equinox or Triple Equinox, if you're going to call it. Because against Beasts, you just banish all their Beasts, and then Corrupted Flaminica is not very good. And against Spring Equinox, you just banish the Equinoxes. Squirrel's, like, pretty good too. But actually, Xavier's multiple banishes can be kind of useful right now. Overall, I really like Kira. I really like that she's got some play. I like how you have another option for the mages. That's like another patience tempo, a patience payoff card that isn't like Tisea with meditating mages or something. So I think that's interesting. We never got the most insane alumni. We got some pretty good ones. And overall, the deck worked out pretty well. The only thing that's a little bit annoying is I would have liked the second Aretuza adapt, because I think it gives you really good value in some situations. And we didn't have a Necromancy. Necromancy I couldn't quite fit, but I think it might be worth cutting Gearhart or Rofard's Vengeance to put it in, and then you have some more provisions to work with, maybe for a lock or something, or you can add that Xavier in. That's probably the way to go, I'd say. Necromancy is just so helpful to bring back one of your guys that's at like 3 patience or something, so you can get that 4th tick. It's just really useful for that, so I definitely would consider it. Other than that, though, deck seemed pretty good. Much better going first, because you get the first tick right away and you have Crystal Skull. But just try not to run to bomb decks and Reaver decks and stuff with a lot of damage. Precision Strike decks, Madoc decks. Just try and avoid them. Good luck figuring out how to do that, but it works pretty well when they're not there. Anyway, hopefully you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. That'll be it for this one, guys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you next time. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And you can check out some more videos over here. And thanks for watching.